Now, one of the things you do, and I think this is an interesting aspect of coming to Schreiner University, is you take a lot of students on trips.
Yes.
So explain how that started.
So we call it the MAP program, or the Mountaineer Adventure Program.
Okay.
And this has been something that they used to have. Matt Goodwin used to call it SOAP, Schreiner Outdoor Adventure Program.
Okay.
I changed it to MAP. I just like the way it sounded a little bit
perfect.
better.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're going
right,
someplace, right? Yeah.
And we just have students that are interested in getting outside, and we pretty much kind of work as almost a travel agency as far as like if the students want to make something happen, we can make it happen.
So if a student comes to you and says, we want to go here,
Yep.
you can look into it
Yeah.
and make it happen.
Yeah, so as long as it's like an outdoor kind of camping, hiking, even if it's a ski trip, that's something that's outdoor.
So they can't go to New
recreation.
Orleans for Mardi Gras.
No, that one's I think going to fall into maybe SAV on campus. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Hi again, everybody. Welcome to TED Talk here at Schreiner University. My name is Ted Davis, and today we want to introduce you to Colby McCoy. There's Colby right there. Colby does a lot of things here. You run the Mountaineer Fitness Center.
I do.
And you see me in here all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're a menace on the Stairmaster.
Yeah, I've gotten pretty good on that thing. But first of all, that facility you have is terrific because it's for every student, every faculty member, and it's open to them, right?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
And how many people, do you keep up with how many kids actually use that facility?
So we track on Pounce. We track all of the data that everyone that comes in. Typical, like Monday through Friday, we get about 150 to 200 people in there.
Per day?
Per day.
Yeah. And they've got weights, they've got cardio machines, and I see teams in there using it too.
Yes, yeah. So we cater to everybody on campus, which is a interesting dynamic. Sports team's going to work out a lot different than you or me, or just the general fitness, and so it has to kind of have a little bit of everything.
Matt uses a lot of students.
Yeah.
When he does athletic events. You use a lot of students in your place too, don't you?
I do. I have about 65 different work studies between the MFC and intramurals on campus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a great way for them to make some money.
Absolutely.
Which they can use some spending money
during
college. Yeah. How long have you been here at Schreiner?
I'm coming up on 4 years.
Okay.
January will be 4 years.
Now, you grew up here basically in Kerrville. You moved here when you were 8?
Yes.
Okay, Went to Tybee?
I did.
Okay.
I did. Graduated in 14.
Yeah.
I saw Johnny Manziel walk around once or twice, and that was about it.
Oh, I hear some Manziel stories.
Yeah.
Was big man on campus would be the way you would describe him.
For sure.
So you're Go Antlers, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
But then you went to Texas Tech, and yes, I know. And I grew up in Lubbock.
Nice.
My family moved there when I was a year and a half, and I went through high school there. So I'm a Flatlander. And my dad went to Tech, and my sister went to Tech. So what was the most favorite part of going to Tech for you?
So I was I've changed a lot, and my interests have changed a lot. But just the college atmosphere, I wanted the big experience, the big football games, big basketball games. And so it would have had to have been the sporting events. It was just, at Tech, I don't know if I'm sure you know the tradition that when on kickoff, we throw tortillas.
Tortillas, yeah.
And that's one of my favorite memories, and it's one of my favorite things to talk about because people are like, what?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
And it's just
it's what we do in Lubbock.
Yeah. We don't have anything better to do in Lubbock, so let's throw some tortillas.
Well, to be a Texas Tech sports fan is to get used to heartbreak.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It is. Because we can have years where we're pretty good.
Yep.
And then I remember one time, I just wanted the team to go to the Cotton Bowl one time. And in my time growing up there, they never went to the Cotton Bowl.
Yep.
Okay. But one year, they had a pretty good team.
Yeah.
They beat Texas. They beat Texas A&M, and they beat Arkansas. That ought to get you in the dang Cotton Bowl, shouldn't it? No, they lost to TCU and Baylor.
Yep.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
It's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
But they got a great band, don't they?
Yes, the going band from Raiderland. Yeah.
We used to have a joke that one day, we're going to have a team that the band can be proud of. That was our joke.
I love it. Yeah, we did get used to the heartbreak. My dad will ask me, "Oh, how's Tech doing?" I'm like, I don't know. I can't keep up with it this year. It's just you get used to it.
They're kind of mediocre.
Yeah.
But the year they made it to the first of all, I thought pigs had sprouted wings when Texas Tech was playing for the National Basketball Championship.
Yeah.
I never thought that I would see the day where a Tech basketball team was not only in the Final Four, and Jim Nantz is doing the game and everything, and I'm watching that game. And look, I've been in the NBA forever, and I wanted my teams to win a lot. I got to tell you, I was never pulling for any team to win more than Tech to beat Virginia. They're up 3 late in the game. All they got to do is get one dang
we
stop.
We had it. Yeah.
Oh, and the guy hits the 3. The guy that went to the Atlanta Hawks. I can't even remember his name now.
Trey.
Was it? No, it wasn't Trey Daniels. No, it was DeAndre Hunter.
Oh, yeah.
Hit the 3 from the corner, and we go to overtime, and we lose. And it's just like they'll never be back again. So anyway, that's what it like. So what did you major in?
I was we would call it here exercise science. Kinesiology is the degree I got from Texas Tech.
And you knew Schreiner was here. And so you came. What brought you back to Kerrville? Was it the job or what?
So as soon as I got out of college, I wasn't real sure what direction I was going to go in. Got back to Kerrville, ran into my old art teacher at Tivy at a game, and the Croc Center, the Salvation Army Croc Center, was looking for very similar to what I do now, a sports and rec coordinator for their youth program. And they offered me the job, and I took that. I made connections with Matt Goodwin because his kids participated in the league, and the position opened up, and he reached out, and that rest is kind of history.
Yeah. People don't realize that the Croc Center is such a gift for this place to have. They're only about 13 or 14.
There's not many of them.
The story is that Ray Kroc, who ran McDonald's,
Yep.
and when he died, they pledged, he and his wife pledged a lot of money to build these rec centers associated with the Salvation Army. And there are only about 13, 14 around the country, the entire country, and we got one.
Yeah, they do a very specific process to build them. They have to have a need in the community, and they have to be able to receive the funding. But it is extremely, these things are placed in big cities like San Diego, I think up in Chicago as well. And then we have one in Kerrville, Texas. And not many people know about it.
Yeah.
It is cool.
Yeah, the McDonald's fortune.
Yeah.
Got it in here. Now, one of the things you do, and I think this is an interesting aspect of coming to Schreiner University, is you take a lot of students on trips.
Yes.
So explain how that started.
So we call it the MAP program, or the Mountaineer Adventure Program.
Okay.
And this has been something that they used to have. Matt Goodwin used to call it SOAP, Schreiner Outdoor Adventure Program.
Okay.
I changed it to MAP. I just liked the way it sounded a little bit
perfect.
better.
Yeah, you're going someplace, right? Yeah.
And we just have students that are interested in getting outside, and we pretty much kind of work as almost a travel agency as far as if the students want to make something happen, we can make it happen.
So if a student comes to you and says, we want to go here, you can look into it and make it happen.
Yeah, so as long as it's like an outdoor kind of camping, hiking, even if it's a ski trip, that's something that's outdoor.
So they can't go to New Orleans for Mardi Gras.
No, that one's I think going to fall into maybe SAB on campus. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But we had my first year after COVID, when we started being able to really do the trips again. We had 9 students that were really interested in going on a cool backpacking trip.
Yeah.
So we figured out that we could fly into Seattle for fairly cheap, and we could drive over to Olympic National Park in Washington. Yeah. And this park it's a rainforest. It's got glacier features, and it also is along the coast. We did almost a week-long trip up in Seattle just because we had students that were interested in doing it.
Seattle was one of my favorite stops on the NBA. There was a bad trade them for Oklahoma City.
Yeah, Seattle's a special place.
It is.
It's a little gloomy,
Yeah,
but when
rain.
that sun is shining,
Yeah.
it's beautiful.
Now, you've taken people to trips in Texas. Where have you taken
Yes.
them?
So we just went to Guadalupe Mountains National Park, which is up by kind of Carlsbad, New Mexico
Yes,
area,
yeah.
and that actually has the highest peak in Texas.
It does. Mount, I used to know this. What's the mount?
El Capitan,
El
is what
Capitan, that's right.
that's the main feature of
Yeah.
it. And then the whole mountain range is the Guadalupe Mountain.
Right, yeah.
And we also did the Carlsbad Caverns, which is about 20 minutes from there.
I went there when I was a kid.
The caverns?
Yeah, that's really cool.
It was crazy.
Did they turn the lights out on you?
No.
Oh, they
no,
did that
no.
when I was a kid.
Did
just
they?
to show you how dark it was.
Wow. So yeah, there's no natural. Once you get past a certain threshold, there's no natural light that gets in. So it's all lit artificially, obviously. We've also been to Big Bend several times.
Did you camp out in the Chisos Mountains?
We backpacked around the south rim of Chisos Mountains. So yeah, we've camped up there. We've done the hot springs. We've done in most of the park at this point. I think we're going to go back this spring break. So
People who are not from Texas don't understand how diverse Texas is.
yeah.
And you've got the coast, you've got the piney woods of East Texas, you've got the hill country, you've got flat land out where I grew up, and then you get out there, and people don't realize you've got big mountains out there.
Yep. It is a special park, and I didn't really have an appreciation for it, but even I've gone to Yellowstone National Park. Big Bend is a high caliber national park that we have access to.
Yeah.
It's about 5.5 hours from here, but it's
you got to want to get there.
You do.
You don't stumble into Big Bend.
No. It is out in the middle of nowhere.
So we're in the Chisos Mountains one night, and skies were clear.
Yeah.
I had never seen as many stars. It's so dark out there.
They have in the lower United States, one of the best places to go stargaze.
Fort McDonald.
Yeah.
McDonald Observatory near Fort Davis.
Yes. Yeah, we were looking at maybe trying to figure out if we could go check it out this time.
Yeah, one time when we went to Big Bend, we were going to take a hike up to Emory Peak, which is the biggest, tallest peak in the Big Bend.
Right.
We were there in the summer, and we asked the ranger there, what can we expect? And he goes, well, ladybugs are up there mating. And so this is where they come to mate, apparently.
Really?
So we go walking up, and we're getting to where we're almost to the peak. I was much younger. My wife and I could do this. So we're like getting to the peak of Mount Emory. We're looking up on this, what is a rock face up there, and it's all orange. It's covered with millions of ladybugs.
Really?
Yeah, doing their ladybug thing.
That's cool. I didn't know they did that. I'm trying to avoid it in the summer as it can get extremely hot.
Although in the Chisos Mountains, it's about 15 degrees cooler.
It is. Just the elevation.
Colby McCoy, he runs the Mountaineer Fitness Center here as our guest. So what trips are you planning?
We just finished a trip to Padre. We got one more trip this semester. We're going to Armadillo Boulder, rock climbing style. Yeah. And then next semester, the big trip will be Big Bend for spring break. It's just too big of an opportunity to go somewhere else. We gotta keep going back to our roots, being in Texas.
So if a student wants to get involved in this, how do they do it?
So we post most of our stuff through our Instagram account, which is Schreiner Map.
Okay.
And we post when we're gonna have signups for the trips and everything, and they just sign up. A lot of people have the misconception that it's a club on campus, but it's not.
It's open to anybody.
It's open to anyone who wants to go. It's first come, first serve on most of the trips, and we keep the cost way down.
Yeah, well, you're camping out.
Yeah, right. I mean, it's really just the cost of food and the park fees, but we cover all of that.
You brought a prop there.
Oh, I did. I've got from the Schreiner bookstore. Yeah. I got a couple of my stickers. I got Carlsbad Caverns on here, and then the Padre National Seashore. Yeah.
So and students and faculty get 25% off.
They do. Yeah, go check it out.
So Matt, get over there. Get down there. It's Matt Comuzzie. Well, Colby, thank you. Yeah. Good meeting you.
Absolutely.
And I enjoy your fitness center.
Hey, thanks.
I appreciate it being there.
Yeah.
All right. Colby McCoy manages the Mountaineer Fitness Center, has been our guest today. See you next time on TED Talks. I'm Ted. See you later.